it didn't work. And when something doesn't work, you have to have the courage to rectify it.
Today's story comes from Townsville. It's a coastal city in the north of Queensland. In the 1970s, a pedestrian mall, Flinders Mall, was built in Townsville. A pedestrian is a person who's walking, usually someone who walks around areas where there are cars. Pedestrians might walk on footpaths or across roads. A pedestrian mall is an area only
Trevor Reddercliffe believes Townsville's mall should never have been built in the first place.
It was a mistake with good intention, but it didn't work. And when something doesn't work, you have to have the courage to rectify it.
Today's story comes from Townsville. It's a coastal city in the north of Queensland. In the 1970s, a pedestrian mall, Flinders Mall, was built in Townsville. A pedestrian is a person who's walking, usually someone who walks around areas where there are cars. Pedestrians might walk on footpaths or across roads. A pedestrian mall is an area only for people who are walking. It's closed to cars and other transport. Most big cities have pedestrian malls that were once normal roads. Flinders Mall was built to attract shoppers to the Townsville CBD. CBD stands for Central Business District, the area of a city where most of the office buildings and shops are located. So in the 1970s, the road was closed to traffic and Flinders Mall was built. But what do people think about Flinders Mall now?
We're finding that people who voted with their feet, they're no longer using and enjoying the mall as they used to.
That's Tony Mooney, the Townsville Mayor. He says people have voted with their feet. To vote with your feet is to show what you think of a place by not going there. He means people are showing that they don't like the mall because they're not visiting it. They're no longer using and enjoying the mall like they used to. Listen to one of the people who owns a business in the mall.
Well, if you visit Flinders Mall on Sunday morning, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful atmosphere. Everybody's in a good mood. There's markets, there's people. It's great. If you visit here Monday to Friday, you'd wonder if you're in the same spot.
Neville, a business owner, says on a Sunday morning the mall has a wonderful atmosphere. If a place has a wonderful atmosphere, it has a good feeling about it. He says on a Sunday, everybody Monday to Friday. People like Neville and Tony are arguing that the mall should be opened for cars again. They want it turned back into a normal road. They think this will bring people back to the mall from Monday to Friday. Not everyone agrees.
But support for the idea isn't unanimous. Some argue a pedestrian precinct needs to remain to provide a tourist attraction and to showcase the city's heritage buildings.
Support for the idea isn't unanimous. Unanimous means agreed. It's when everyone agrees on something. Not everyone agrees about bringing traffic back to Flinders Mall.